Yourself is not your person. It is not your personality. Your personality is part of the changing picture. It is like a cloud. How you would have defined or described yourself a year ago, 6 months ago, perhaps even yesterday, is felt differently today. These are things that you cannot hold down and keep stable. If you try, you create a very unnatural state. They're flowing water. Let the flowing water flow, and you stay as the witness of it. Develop this habit to keep observing that in you which is not changing. Give a little time to that, to see that which is unchanging. Because if you watch from the place of the person, it's very unstable. You'll say, I love you with all my heart today, and tomorrow. What determines these changes? Because the ego mind is not stable. It is influenced by so many things, many of them untraceable. You cannot find what compels you to feel and to think in certain ways that you don't want. There are many people here also who are living under the force of impressions arising in their mind that they don't want, and feel that they don't have the power to transcend these voices, these influences. I ask you and give you the same advice. These impressions have only grown very strong because we have not looked in the way that I'm inviting you to look now. And therefore we keep talking, this thing is happening, that thing is happening, what you're going to do about that? More and more noise. There's a space within you that is free of noise. No one has ever been here and complained about it. Mind will come and say, oh, you're wasting time, you're wasting time. That's very irresponsible. That's very irresponsible. You're running away from life. You're loving away from life. No, you're simply turning away from strife. You're not running away from life. You are affirming life, true life. So like this, please hear my words inside your heart. Apply them now, not for later. Don't put them in the fridge. Okay? As I'm speaking, your divine intelligence is able to scan and confirm. Yes, just stay here. Just stay here. Not through fear. You don't have to fasten your seatbelt to be here. You're just here. Some impressions will come and they will feel they have more magnetism to go out than others. You'll feel them. These are the impressions that you have somehow fed in some way, consciously or unconsciously. They have more influence on your mind. So they will feel like they're pulling you. Really, they're pulling the idea you have of you and not your real self. So when they come, you may feel them. Feel it, but stay in the seeing place, and it will neutralize their power. Like this. You need not be afraid. In the beginning, it may seem very difficult. You may think, oh, things have gotten too bad. Things have gotten too bad. I can't do anything about it. Maybe even it might get worse. Your mind has smelled death. The ego mind behaves as though, wow, it is under threat. And it will come back even more strong for a moment or two, for a while. He's going to bring back, but you stay quiet. But you don't need me even. My voice is with you, my encouragement is with you, the spirit of truth is with you, love is with you, life is with you, all the help is with you, but you must be with you. There's nothing really missing. The only thing missing from your life is you. You be present. And you don't have to panic. Just keep looking. And your inner space of seeing will become more stable, more powerful. And as it does, those streams of mind energy, negative energy, tendencies, they will weaken as you become more strong. This advice I will give as many as will receive, because it works immediately. It begins to work immediately. I'm not giving you seeds to go and plant. They are already in you. Only have to open the windows of your own heart, let the light shine on them. But you can see from now. Be still. You don't have to close your eyes nor suppress your senses. There's nothing to do but just acknowledge. Of course, you have to go about, do your shopping, send your emails, do have to do. It doesn't cancel this. In fact, as you spend a little time looking here, confirming here, if you spend 10 minutes doing this, it's going to give you 4 hours of peace. As you spend more time, you find that you're recovering your peace. And so you can continue doing what you have to do. The background become more established as this silence, this stillness. It doesn't matter whatever you do with your hands, your mind, it's still inside this great stillness. But you must be persistent and be willing to give a little time to it. Because mind is going, and many times you say, okay, I go with the reflex of the mind because it's easy. I've done it for a long time. So it can feel easier to go back into the whole regime of the mind. You see, it's like if a prisoner has been in prison, all he knows is prison. On the day that he's set free, he may not trust the outside. Don't feel safe. Maybe he stays inside his little box. Something can behave like this. You are free, but we dream, imagine we are trapped. And with this simple exercise and this pointing, if you follow it, you'll see, wow. And so quickly, things will change. In fact, they begin to change instantly as you begin to recognize your true place. You see, I have not sent you out of the room to go and find your true place. I'm not telling you to turn around to your left or right. Right where you are, you are. You stay as that. And you see that somehow some activities will come that require your attention. And it seems your discerning power will know, it's fine, I do this, I have to do this. Another one will come and it takes nothing at all. And all these functions will become, appropriate actions will happen. Not because it's coming from the person or from the past, but because it's arising out of your harmony. The right thing to do does not necessarily come from your experience from the past. It arises out of your harmony, which is ever fresh. This is why sometimes you'll find yourself saying something and you say, but I've never said that before. You're hearing your own words for the first time. So, whoa, that looks good, I better write it down. I'm learning from my own self even. If it doesn't come only from experience, past, it is arising out of the freshness of your harmony. You see? You say, yes, sometimes I still see myself doing. Okay, once you notice that, don't fight with that. Just notice this, but recognize nothing has happened to the unchanging. Because in the moment that you relate to your past, it's as though you become that for a moment again. And the only way you can suffer from problems is to become personal. All your problems are only problems because you conceive of them and perceive of them personally. When the psychological mind, or you may say the earth mind, sort of becomes strong, is because it's inviting you back into personhood. All beings are suffering from person poison. Too much person, not enough presence. When you're too much person, your spiritual state becomes claustrophobic, constipated with concepts, too much ideas, too much to do. When you look and you are here, recognize, acknowledge, you did not create here, you're simply recognizing here, acknowledging here, being one with your own self. Then these impressions, which are momentary, fleeting, they will not catch you. They will not pull you into the state and the shape of a person so easily. You see, when you have done that, then you may experience the person state more playfully. Now we have become psychotic about it. It can be more playful. But because we identify that as the fact of who we are and not the fiction of who we are, then it becomes a very heavy state. And the ego is the heaviest thing around. It's heavier than any mountain. It takes a lot of energy to be a person. It takes no energy to be the self. The self is weightless, unbound, untrapped, blissful.